The football community of Europe is often trapped in a goldfish bowl of its own success, often oblivious to the wider footballing world outside of the European continent. In this episode of Footballing Shorts, we bring you the 7 most famous clubs outside of Europe.
Number 7. Guangzhou Evergrande. China's biggest club, with an estimated worth of $282 million, have dominated Chinese football throughout the last 10 years, with 8 league titles, including a monster 7 in a row between 2011 and 2017. Evergrande have also won 2 Asian Champions League in 2013 and 2015, and in the process they became the first club from China to compete in the FIFA Club World Cup, finishing in 4th place in 2013 and 2015. Playing at the impressive Chanhae Stadium in front of 54,000, the South China Tigers have been home to some notable players, including Brazilian Paulinho on 2 occasions, Italians Alberto Gilardino and Alessandro Diamante, and more recently former Everton defender Tyus Browning, who has become a Chinese citizen in order to represent the country of his ancestry at international level. Formerly managed by veteran Italian coach Marcello Lippi, in Lippi's reign at Guangzhou they would win 3 Chinese Super League titles and an Asian Champions League in 2013. Evergrande finished 2nd in the 2020 season, but expect the South China Tigers to continue to be a force in China, despite the restructuring of the Chinese football scene.
Number 6. LA Galaxy. In terms of MLS clubs, although not the most successful, albeit having won 5 MLS Cups, LA Galaxy are no doubt the most famous in America, often seen as a retirement home for some of Europe's top players. They have an impressive list of iconic players, such stars as Robbie Keane, Ashley Cole, Gio and Jonathan Dos Santos, Javier Hernandez, Steven Gerrard, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, and global superstar David Beckham, not to mention US legend Landon Donovan is the club's all-time top scorer. In having these huge stars, Galaxy have become a household name, especially since the shock signing of commercial kingpin David Beckham in 2007. How many of us had a Beckham 23 LA Galaxy shirt back in the day? As soccer continues to grow in popularity and quality in the USA, you can rest assured that the Galaxy will be at the forefront of this, and don't be surprised to see more top European stars make California their home in the years to come.
Number 5. Ahli Saudi. Ahli are Saudi Arabia's most successful club, with 4 league titles, 13 Kings Cups, 1 Saudi Super Cup, 6 Crown Prince Cups, and 3 Saudi Federation Cups, as well as continental success with 3 Golf Club Championship Cups and an Arab Champions League win. The Jeddah-based club play their home games at the beautiful 62,000 capacity King Abdullah Sports City Stadium, which they share with fierce local rivals Al Ittihad. The Royal, or Al Malaki as they are known, can boast former Spurs manager Christian Gross as one of its former coaches, and Chelsea misfit Marco Marin can these days be found ripping it up in the King Abdullah. Although most consistent performer in recent years has been Syrian forward Omar Al-Soma, who since 2014 has scored 126 goals in 138 games for Al Ahli, numbers not to be sniffed at in the far more competitive Saudi league than you would think. One of the 4 founding members of the Saudi Professional League, Al Ahli have never been relegated in the league's nearly 80-year history. The men from Jeddah, known by many across the Middle East as the Fortress of Trophies, are proving it's more than just a nickname.
Number 4. Club America. Mexico City's Club America are the biggest club in Mexico. The club, who play their home games in the iconic Azteca Stadium, hold the record for the most Mexican League titles with 13. They also have the most Copa Mexicos with 6, and also hold the record for the most CONCACAF Champions Leagues with 7, including back-to-back wins in the years 2015 and 2016. One of the founding members of the Mexican League, they are, along with Guadalajara, one of only 2 clubs to never be relegated from Mexico's top flight. The games between the pair, known as El Superclásico, are some of the biggest rivalries in world football. Los Azul Cremas, the Blue Creams, can boast some of Mexico's greatest ever players having played for them, from Wolves striker Raul Jimenez to Cuauhtemoc Blanco, Giovanni Dos Santos, to even the legendary Hugo Sanchez. It is reported, however, that as much as 25% of the population of Mexico are fans of Las Aguilas, and being Mexico's richest club, they have earned themselves the nickname Los Millonetas, meaning the millionaires. Club de Football America looks set to continue domination of not only Mexico, but all of the North American club football scene.
Number 3. Flamengo. Clube de Regatas do Flamengo are arguably Brazil's most famous club. They shot to fame on the world stage winning the 1981 FIFA Club World Cup, led by Brazilian legend Zico. La Rubra Negro play their home games in the famous Estadio Maracanã, and can lay claim to an astonishing 36 Campeonato Cariocas, including the last 2. The Scarlet and Blacks have picked up silverware in Brazil's often confusing league and cup system consistently throughout its lifetime, and have always done this with almost an entire squad made up of players from their home city of Rio de Janeiro. With the list of former players reading like a who's who of Brazilian football, Flamengo has been home to the likes of Zico, Romario, Bebeto, Garrincha, Ronaldinho, Julio Cesar, Socrates, Vinicius Jr., Kleberson, and even Pro Evolution Soccer 6 iconic striker Adriano. An honourable mention must be made for Englishman Sidney Pullen, who made over 100 appearances for Flamengo between 1915 and 1925. The Copa Libertadores win of 2019 would show Flamengo can still hang with South America's top clubs, and with Gabriel Barbosa, one of the top Brazilian strikers in the world, leading the line for them, Flamengo look well placed for more continued success.
Number 2. River Plate. Club Atlético River Plate of Buenos Aires, famous for the iconic red sash on their shirts, and also, like Club America of Mexico, have also been dubbed the Millionaires, or Los Millonarios. And in terms of silverware, no club in Argentina has won more domestically than River, with a whopping 48 domestic honours, including an incredible 36 league titles. Not only that, La Banda sit top of the Argentinian football all-time Primera table since its formation in 1891, having accumulated the most wins, the fewest defeats, most goals scored, and fewest conceded of all time in the Argentinian top division. On the continental stage, River have an impressive 4 Copa Libertadores titles, including holding the record for the most wins in the competition by any club in South American football history. Selling out the 70,000 capacity Estadio Monumental every game, the fanatical fans are some of the most passionate in world football, and the Super Clasico games between city rivals Boca Juniors are surely on the bucket list of all football purists. The 2018 Copa Libertadores final between the two clubs was a reminder of just how massive this rivalry really is. Imagine a Manchester United versus Liverpool Champions League final with more cocaine. The original home of all-time great Alfredo Di Stefano among countless other legends from Argentina, from Gonzalo Higuain and Javier Saviola, to Ariel Ortega and Hernan Crespo, with Pablo Aimar and Claudio Caniggia thrown in for good measure. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. Los Millonarios are no doubt one of the most famous clubs outside of Europe, and it would be difficult to argue with anybody who says they are the most successful. The football romantics, however, will be disappointed possibly to see River Plate not number 1 on this list.
Number 1. Boca Juniors. Topping the list is Club Atlético Boca Juniors, or Boca for short. Despite being second to River Plate in league titles, with 34, compared to River's 36, Boca are recognised as the most successful club overall from Argentina, boasting a ridiculous 69 major honours, adding 13 domestic cups to the 34 league titles, and with a huge 22 international trophies, including 6 Copa Libertadores titles, winning 4 in 7 years during the noughties. Known as the working class club of Buenos Aires, Boca can lay claim to reportedly more than half the population of Argentina as fans, leading to the nickname La Mitad más uno, meaning the half plus one. Playing their home games at the world-famous La Bombonera, which translates to the chocolate box, the phrase coined because of the unique vertical side of the stadium. This one side of the stadium is also known to tremble with Boca fans when they jump up and down in unison, although fans of Boca say it doesn't tremble, it beats. Much like River, Boca's former player alumni is an embarrassment of riches, stacked full of Argentinian legends, ranging from Gabriel Batistuta and Walter Samuel, to Carlos Tevez and Juan Román Riquelme. All-time leading top goalscorer is Martin Palermo, who would bang in 236 goals for the club in his combined 10-year spell. But the most famous son of Boca Juniors is no other than the late Diego Maradona, who had two spells with the club. Firstly, between 1981 and 1982, where he would win the league title, scoring 28 goals in just 40 games, before returning to La Bombonera for a swan song between 1995 and 1997, before hanging up his boots at the club. Not only is the Super Classico easily the most famous rivalry outside of Europe, but with the club synonymous with the iconic and recently deceased Diego Maradona, Boca have just edged it as the most famous club outside of Europe.
Let us know in the comments below who you think is the most famous club outside of Europe. Also, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you can get hold of TTM's football shorts first.